When users sign in to corporate resources, the username they type matters. A clunky user principal name, or UPN, ending in a long default string creates friction and looks unprofessional to external clients compared to a clean, standard corporate email format. Every new Azure Active Directory tenant comes with a permanent default domain name ending in .onmicrosoft.com. You cannot delete this initial domain, and any user you create will use it by default. Looking at the Custom Domain Names blade in the Azure portal, we can see this baseline configuration. The default domain is listed, its status is marked as available, and the checkmark indicates it is currently set as the primary domain. To assign a clean, branded domain name to your users, you have to prove to Microsoft that you actually own it. This process requires a cryptographic handshake between your Azure tenant and your public DNS registrar. Completing this handshake is a strict requirement for routing Exchange email properly, enabling seamless single sign-on across your cloud apps, and making sure your users trust the login prompts they see every day. This image shows the first step of that handshake. By selecting Add Custom Domain in the portal, a sidebar overlay opens where you type in the exact domain your organization owns. In this example, lamnahealthcare.com. Enter ID generates DNS requirements to verify ownership. You can see the destination value and a 3600-second TTL. Notice the TXT and MX toggles. TXT proves ownership without altering network traffic, while MX explicitly routes all email to Microsoft 365. Pause here and open your demo tenant. Add your custom domain to the portal and copy the provided values into your public DNS registrar. Do not click the Verify button just yet. Placing these records accurately in your public DNS zone is the exact mechanism Microsoft uses to confirm your administrative control. Until those DNS records are published and visible on the global internet, the domain cannot be claimed by your tenant. If you return to the Custom Domain Names page immediately, you'll see this warning triangle and an unverified status next to your newly added domain. DNS changes take time to propagate across global servers, resulting in this temporary failure state. After waiting for DNS replication and selecting Verify, the status updates to a green Verified checkmark. At this point, you can select Make Primary to set this custom domain as the new default UPN suffix for all user accounts you create moving forward. If you decide to add a subdomain later, like portal.lamnahealthcare.com, the system recognizes that you already verified the root domain. It will bypass the DNS record generation and verify the subdomain automatically. A major hurdle for administrators, and a frequent topic on the SC300 exam, is attempting to delete a custom domain. The system enforces a hard block on deletion if that domain is still referenced by any active users, groups, or application ID URIs. If standard deletion fails, you can execute a force delete command, provided you meet strict parameters. Your tenant must have fewer than 1,000 references to the domain, 0 multi-tenant apps using it, and all Exchange provisioning references must be completely updated or removed. Identifying these hidden object dependencies ensures you avoid tenant corruption or orphaned accounts during migrations. Let's test these concepts in a lab environment by deliberately breaking a domain dependency and then repairing it. First, create a new test user and explicitly assign their UPN suffix to your newly verified custom domain. Next, navigate back to the Custom Domains blade and attempt to delete that domain. The system will throw an error and block the action because of the active reference. To repair this, open the test user's profile and change their UPN suffix back to the default .onmicrosoft.com domain. With the dependency cleared, you can return to the Custom Domains blade and successfully delete the custom domain. For the SC300 exam, remember these 4 rules. TXT or MX records prove your domain ownership. Subdomains verify automatically if the root is verified. Active references will block a domain deletion, and the force delete command is capped at 1,000 references. Navigating this lifecycle, from the initial DNS handshake to safely managing active object dependencies, gives your organization a secure and highly manageable identity foundation.